Luke, I am your father. I mean, Luke, you are my uncle. Happy Halloween, everyone, or happy Day of the Dead, or a happy just a regular Monday, whatever works for you guys. Let's do this. Cool. South Americans in the Premier League. I'm talking Sergio Aguero, Alexis Sanchez, Philippe Coutinho, Gaston Ramirez, former Brazilian Diego Costa, and honorary South American Romelu Lukaku, who scored and created great goals this weekend to continue to make the top division in England pretty great this season. Not cool. Barcelona. Because they could only beat Granada at home 1-0. Granada is the worst team in the league. They've won 0 games this season, and Rafinha scored. It wasn't even Messi, Suarez, or Neymar. What's up, boys? What's up, boys? Cool. Me. Last week I went to London and stayed with Spencer and Alex and played with #United. That video will be out soon. Then Spencer challenged me to football versus FIFA, and that was a lot of fun. And that video will be out soon. And then I got to finally finish all my final bits for how I did it with Spencer, my off-season training, and what you guys should do to become a pro. And that video will be out soon, so be on the lookout. And a big thank you to Spencer and Alex for having me crash at their house and eat all their food and hang with their dog. And I had a lot of fun. 2, check me out in the main menu of FIFA 17 for my new show because I'm dropping knowledge, yo. 3, I absolutely killed it on my predictions from Friday. Oh, so smart. I had Juventus beating Napoli, which I nailed it. Thanks to a wonder goal by Leo Bonucci and a typical Gonzalo Higuain goal by Gonzalo Higuain against his former club, so he didn't celebrate. And it was also huge for Juve because Roma dropped points too. Then Dortmund and Schalke drew 0-0, thank you very much. Then Tottenham couldn't hold on to a goddamn lead and they tied 1-1, which was my one miss. Stupid Spurs. Then Nice continued their dominance of Ligue 1 with a 4-1 win over Nantes. Then Sydney FC won again and got a shutout to remain perfect. And Chelsea and Manchester City responded very well to midweek defeats. And the real top 3 in La Liga got results, while the pretenders Sevilla and Villarreal dropped points. And then 4th place Santos beat 1st place Palmeiras in Brasileiro Serie A, which is awesome. And then I only got 2 out of my 4 MLS predictions right. But thank you to Toronto and Los Angeles for making me look a lot smarter than I deserve to be. Or maybe I am that smart. And then Lyon was up 2-0. And then they gave up the lead and tied 2-2, so no mommy's way there. So I did have a few misses, but I'm pretty sure I got more than everybody else. Though maybe I tied a few people. I think I maybe tied a few people, but nobody got better than me. Not cool, West Ham. Ever since they moved into their new stadium, they have been bang average. Or maybe even bang below average. I really think there's a curse on them now. Cool! Former Manchester United players. Like Cristiano Ronaldo, who missed a penalty and still scored 3 goals in Real Madrid's 4-1 win over Alaves to help keep Madrid on top of the table. And goalkeeper Tom Heaton, who left the Red Devils under Sir Alex Ferguson and came back this weekend with Burnley and stood on his head to withstand 37 shots and 19 corner kicks to register his 3rd clean sheet out of 10 games this season. Not cool. Me. In my FIFA 17 career mode series, which if you guys are not watching, I might have to rethink our friendship. I may on occasion make fun of Kevin Gameiro because for a while there he was very bad. So bad I said that he had a case of Gameiro-itis. But that's in a video game. In real life, he scored 2 goals and was my man of the match in Atletico Madrid's big 4-2 win over Malaga to help them keep pace with the other guys. Cool! The true Geordie. Because he was lucky enough to have me on his amazing podcast.
Probably the first person on YouTube who welcomed me with open arms and showed some faith in us.
To actually bring R9 Ronaldo back into the equation, I knew that he was going to be good. I didn't realize how good he was going to be. Oh yeah, he get into fights in the locker room all the time. Oh yeah, I heard that Thierry Henry didn't like me for a while. If you haven't seen the rest of it, go check it out because he is a very talented guy and I'm so proud of how far he's come and how big he's going to get. Not cool. FC Porto and Sporting Clube de Portugal. You two clubs have one job this season. That is to get more points than Benfica so the Portuguese league doesn't turn into Germany or Italy and the same team wins year after year after year, and you dropped points to weaker opponents this weekend and Benfica extended their lead at the top and you had one job. Cool! Ciro Immobile and Gaston Pereira. And here's why. Chiro became the first player since Hernan Crespo in 2001 to score in 5 consecutive Serie A games for Lazio, while Gastón scored 2 goals in PSV Eindhoven's 2-0 win on the road against Vitesse, which allowed the club to gain 2 points on league leaders Feyenoord, who could only muster a draw at home against Heerenveen. So, nice work, guys. Not cool. Monaco. Listen, fellas, you need to be stepping on people's throats when PSG isn't playing well, so that you, currently the highest scoring team in the league, can wrestle the title away from them like Nice is doing. Instead, you're dropping points after having a lead this weekend. It's unacceptable. Cool. The top 3 clubs in the Bundesliga. I'm happy that RB Leipzig and Hoffenheim continue to shock and awe everyone in Germany with their great starts to the season that find them undefeated and in 2nd and 3rd place respectively, because if they want to hang with Bayern Munich, they have to be perfect because Bayern is so good. And if you want more proof of that, just look at who's on the bench for them against Augsburg this weekend. Hummels, Kimmich, Muller, Renato Sanchez, Franck Ribéry is hurt, and they're still dominating fools. Cool. Not cool. Cortone. The cool, the Italian club won its first ever game in Serie A. The not cool, they need 1,526 more wins to equal Juventus' record of 1,527. Not cool. Sebastian Pol. Because kicking a fan Eric Cantona style after his club Audax Italiano lost 4-1 to Universidad Católica in the Chilean top division is never a good idea. And he was taken away after the game by police, where he could face prison time and a lengthy ban. Also, a hat tip to one of my warm ballers in Chile, Nico, who brought this story to my attention. Thanks, Nico. Cool. The Seattle Sounders. For 83 minutes of the first leg of their quarterfinal against the top seed in the playoffs, FC Dallas, they were solid. And for that 7-minute span where they scored 3 goals, they were incredible. So as long as they don't have an epic collapse in leg 2, they are going to move on just like I predicted, because they are a team of destiny. They got a little bit of luck against Kansas City, then they had a ton of belief in their first game against Dallas, and are you guys believers yet? Not cool. Besiktas. Besiktas, Besiktas, Besiktas. You were tied on top of the table heading into this game against a club that starts with a G and ends with an I, and I definitely cannot pronounce it. And if you want to win the league, you have to win this games, and you didn't. You drew 1-1, and that is, what's the word? Oh yeah, unacceptable. Cool. Anthony Modeste. With his 3 goals in FC Köln's big 3-0 win over Hamburg, a few things happened for Mr. Modeste. 1, he single-handedly helped his club move up to 4th in the table. 2, he became the first Frenchman to score a hat-trick in the Bundesliga. And 3, he now has 11 goals in the league, 4 more than the next nearest player, Robert Lewandowski, in the race for the Golden Boot. Not cool. CSKA Moscow. Hey guys, you remember 5 weeks ago when you're on top of the table in the Russian Premier League and everything was looking great, but since then you've won 1 out of your last 5 games, you're 7 points behind the league leaders, and you lost to your Moscow rival Spartak this weekend? I mean, what happened? Never mind, I'll tell you what happened. You've scored 12 league goals in 12 games this season. That's a problem. Cool. Chivas Guadalajara. What a last week for El Rebano Sagrado. In the middle of it, they beat hated rivals Club America in penalties to advance to the Copa MX final, which was the first time since 1943 that they were able to walk away with a Clásico Nacional win in the Copa MX competition. And then this weekend, they beat Cruz Azul 3-2, which helped solidify their playoff position with only 2 games to go in the regular season. So, si se puede, amigos. All right, that's it. That is all I got, except this. I love you guys. Thank you so much for your continued support. It means a lot. I'll see you tomorrow. Later.